Good evening and welcome everybody. We are the Endangered Quartet. My name is Jesse Mills. I'm a violinist and I'm joined by my very good friends Curtis Fowlkes on trombone, Roy Nathanson on saxophone, and Tim Kiah on vocals and on bass. And the four of us have been friends for a really long time, making music casually and formally. And we've decided to record a CD, and this is the culmination of our efforts over the last several years. And the CD's being released on New Focus Recordings, and the CD is called Heart. And a little word about our group, combination of violin, trombone, saxophones, and bass is, I think, maybe a first. I'm not so sure if that's a first, but probably. But we're friends first and musician colleagues second, and it just sort of came together that way, and turns out to be an incredible combination of sounds and things that we really enjoy. Let me, the Endangered Quartet, the name of the Endangered Quartet, we feel that that there's a lot of human values that are unfortunately somewhat endangered these days, and we feel that it's our personal goal to express ourselves in the face of all the busyness of the world, and I think that's kind of what this is about, and especially during these times. And Roy's going to allude to that in a second. But so let me just introduce you, Roy.
Oh, nice. Why not? Yeah. Okay. So we're supposed to be doing this on the stage at Joe's Pub. Nice place if you've never been there. But anyway, we're not there now, and you're not there now. So we are still introducing this music that we were looking forward to playing in person, these compositions that are improvised and written, and making a realization of those compositions live for you. But our hearts are still in the music, and we will make this presentation here for you tonight. And this is my friend Curtis Fowlkes on trombone.
Yeah, I'd like to piggyback on Roy's statement about the hearts and this time that we're dealing with. It's definitely a little heartlessness going on, but amongst the group and the music that we created, I feel the heart is coming through pain and also through love. And on those terms and words, I'd like to introduce you to Tim Kiah, our bassist vocalist.
Thanks, Kurt. I'll say a little bit about how we met. I had a group. I used to be a nurse, so I had a group called Nurse Kiah. And interestingly enough, I had a quartet. And one night I was playing at the Knitting Factory, and the saxophonist had a bad lip. He had a really bad cold sore. And so I looked in the union book and I thought to myself, who can I call? And I called Curtis. So Curtis played, and then through Curtis I met Roy, and then later on I started a string quartet, another iteration of Nurse Kiah that Jesse was a great part of. And so we've known each other for at least 100 years. And it's such a gas playing with these guys. I get a little emotional thinking about it, but next piece is a Bach chorale that I arranged. And it's a little bit different than what you normally hear when you hear a Bach chorale, but it really resonates. This piece resonates with me because I went to a choir school when I was in elementary school. It was called St. Paul's Choir School in Harvard Square, and we often sang this. We always sang this song chorale around Easter time, and I just remember that feeling it gave me, and so we brought it in another way, and I wrote words to it, So I hope you enjoy it. And after you hear a little bit of our selections, we're going to come back and chat some more with you. And so thanks for being here. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that Bach chorale featuring the great Tim Kiah on vocals, and he also did that beautiful arrangement. I think it's safe to say that the choir school was a good idea for Tim when he was a young boy, and you can hear the soulfulness in his voice there and all that he brings to the music and to our group. So we're now going to feature a song that I arranged, Blackbird by the Beatles, Lennon and McCartney. And I've always loved this song, wanted to do something with it, and I decided to make an arrangement for our group. And it's true for a lot of the songs that we work on. I guess all of them is that somebody might have the initial idea and compositional idea or arrangement, and then everybody gets involved and plays a part in what we end up with. So I brought this to the group, and it immediately switched around, and we reallocated parts and came up with different ideas. And it was actually Roy's idea to incorporate some bird-like motif into the improvisation in the middle section. So listen for that. It's a great song, and we owe a lot to Paul McCartney and John Lennon for this, but I hope you enjoy our version.
Hi everybody, I'm Curtis Fowlkes, a trombonist. I'd like to introduce you to a composition written by Jesse Mills, a violinist, entitled Con Anima, which means in musical terms, in a spirited manner. I hope we achieve that conjuring of spirits in this performance. Please enjoy Con Anima. Thank you.
Hi again. This next song is a composition of mine called Same Same, and the name Same Same comes from all these years where I taught at a school in Manhattan, and I'd eat at the same Chinese restaurant, sit in the same seat, order the same chicken soup with bok choy exactly, and the waiter, who was my friend, I'd say same, same, and he would yell to the chef, same, same, and that was probably 1,000 same, sames. And this piece is one melodic gesture like that soup that goes through a lot of trials and tribulations during the course of the composition, and particularly big changes in orchestration. And I particularly love Jesse, our violinist, sound, and Curtis's, our trombone player's sounds, and Tim's sound. And if you listen to the way those sounds come together, to me it brings me a ton of pleasure, and I hope that you feel the same way. Thank you.
Hi, this is Elvis Costello. And if there's one thing that this strange moment has given us, it's time to listen. And I feel very fortunate to be listening to Heart by the Endangered Quartet. If music ever had the ability to look into the future with hope, to even guess at the future, then I think you can find it in these recordings. Beautiful work of my dear friends Roy Nathanson and Curtis Fowlkes together with Tim Kiah and Jesse Mills. These incredible arrangements of Bach and Ornette Coleman, Lennon and McCartney and Leadbelly, and their own compositions. I really can't say enough about the song Endangered Heart. I mean, just the words alone of the first couple of stanzas say everything that it could it possibly mean to me. These kinds of birds won't sing you a love song. These kinds of birds won't sing you sweet lies. Because this kind of world just stopped dreaming in pictures. Pray we can open our eyes.
These kind of birds, they won't sing you a love song. These kind of hearts, they won't sing you sweet lies. 'Cause this kind of world just stopped dreaming in pictures. Pray we can open our eyes. Even the trees and the stars, they're complaining, and they're used to the cold and the fire. Oh, these kind of birds tell us bees start explaining, and see this world through the eyes of a child. And the stars, they're complaining, and they're used to the cold and the fire. Oh, these kind of birds tell us bees start explaining, and see this world through the eyes of a child. See love and its dark leaves that shade us, those dead folks out dancing with bears. See the sea disappearing around us. Shed a tear for our endangered hearts. See the seas disappearing around us. Shed a tear for our endangered hearts.
Hi again, everyone. Hope you enjoyed those selections from our new Endangered Quartet CD Heart with the Endangered Quartet. And we appreciate that you were here for this in this difficult time, and we really hope that we can be with you here, be with you physically together next time. Clearly, that's still a better deal. So we look forward to that. And I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce you to my good friend Hugo Dwyer, who engineered and produced this record, as he has many of the records, if not most, definitely most of the records that I've done in my life, and many of the records that Curtis and I have done together. And as a producer and engineer, he's had an enormous impact on this music. So Hugo Dwyer.
Thank you, Roy. It was a privilege and an honor to work on this CD. You guys played your butts off. It was very cool. The music was a challenge for everybody. Sometimes playing the kind of music you're used to playing, other times playing completely outside of your comfort zone, which was cool. I'd like to do a shout out to Shahzad Ismaili for letting us record at his studio, Figure 8 Recording in Brooklyn. We had a great old Neve, great mics, nice warm sounding room. It made it really easy to get good sounds, and just thank everybody involved. This was a blast. So over to you, Curtis.
Thanks, Hugo. I'd like to say this team that I was lucky to be a part of brought some excellent compositions to the recording, and some of the improvisations were compositional as well. And I'd like to also say that a project called Endangered Quartet in this particular time is quite pertinent, quite relevant. And with that, I'd like to introduce again Tim Kiah.
Thanks, Kurt. Thanks again for being with us. It's been quite a journey recording this album and being with great friends, great chemistry. It just really made a warm impression on me, this journey, and we'd like to thank our friends for being with us. I'd like to thank Elvis Costello for saying those kind words, and just want to impart much love to you all in this time and enjoy the music. Jesse?
Yeah, let me just echo the words of my great colleagues. This has been a great joy, and it's just the beginning. Look out for the next record. Thanks for joining us this evening, all of you out there on the internet. What would we do without the internet in these times? But at least it enabled us to continue with this CD release, even though we're not on stage together and with you. Hugo, thank you so much for everything. I really think, Hugo's a member of this band as much as we are. And, if it wasn't for his insight, I think it would have been difficult for us to create this project. So thank you, Hugo, for all that you've done, and great to be friends with you as well. So
shucks.
Nah. But anyway, I hope you all out there enjoy the music this evening, and
don't forget our website.
That's right.
To that, what do they call them? Facebook.
That's right. Facebook, Facebook/Endangered Quartet. Check that out, and you'll be seeing some updates as they come along in the next couple of days and beyond. And I feel like there was one more thing I was going to do, Roy. What was it? I was going to plug the actual Joe's Pub date in February.
Absolutely, yes.
What was the date of that again?
February 2nd, Joe's Pub. By then, we really do think we'll be there then, for sure.
We'll be there, and look out for the updates about that. But in the meantime, stay safe, wash your hands, don't touch your face that much, and enjoy the music. Thanks again.
Thanks. Much love.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Good night.